Well, hello, welcome. This is Moni from Moments with Moni. Welcome to an episode of Frugal Friday with Moni. Today we'll cover postcards, note cards, and junk journals. Just start looking around the house and we'll find all kinds of material that we can use. Sticker books and ribbons, old postcards, old Christmas cards, some paintings that you might have laying around like I do, colored pencils and markers. I got a hole punch and scissors, some digital art that I printed out a long time ago, and then an example of a junk journal with all kinds of extra paper inside of it. And we will have lots of things, even a book out of a coloring book that we can use to make gifts for other people, especially now if you need thank you cards after Christmas. Take a look. What do you have in a drawer around the house or in the craft room? Things that you've been saving that you were going to use and just never did. Oh, I even have a dried flower there on a note card. We'll get to that another time. But for this session, I think the first thing that we will be looking at is making a postcard. So you can pause the video if you like and go look around and see what you have. But grab a postcard so that you get the right size. And what we can do is actually, they come in all kinds of different sizes, use the front part of an old Christmas card or a note card that you were given. You don't even have to go out and buy one, or use a painting or something that, you've scribbled on a sketch on a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard, at least something a little bit harder, like the weight of a Christmas card or a postcard. After you've gathered those, you can look onto the back side of it, and we'll see that, there's a portion on a postcard that you can write, a portion for the address, where the stamp goes, and then that little special part at the very bottom there that's kept for the postal service. So we shouldn't be writing anything in that area. But you can put stickers on there, write on one section, leave room for a stamp and the address. And the one reason we can make these postcards and use them instead of cards is because they're a lot cheaper to mail, less expensive to mail than a complete letter. If there isn't a lot in the budget, then this is one way to send a thank you card, a postcard in the mail. Here's an example of a junk journal. I bought the little booklets at Christmas time for the grandchildren, and I had some left over, so I put some stickers in there that I had, some rose stickers. Here's some papers that I had, a little pamphlet of paper that you can attach with, what's that called? That wasabi tape? Or is that the peas? I can't remember. The little, the tape that you can attach there, and then cut it out and even make like a little pocket so that you can stick a bookmark or a tea bag, or, a little a tea bag in there. And leave room for journaling for the recipient to put in there. You can just stick a bookmark, a piece of paper in there, or attach it to the side of the booklet if you like. All kinds of different ways that you can use it. I like roses and butterflies. I had extra stickers there of those. Just keep flipping through, and you can attach it in different ways. So it can flip up and you can write on both sides. Kind of have a secret place to put in there. These make nice gifts. You can also add a bookmark. Cut out a bookmark-shaped little tag and put it on the back there. I haven't signed it yet, but I usually sign it, made especially for you by Moni. So there's an example of a junk journal. And here we have thank you cards. Mainly, I was out of envelopes. So what I've done is I can just take any kind of envelope you have around the house and open it up by the seams, like with a letter opener, and then trace it onto a piece of paper and cut it out, which I did with that purple one, and then use a glue stick to glue it all together. And then also when you finally go to close it and close a card in there, you use the glue stick. It works really well, and it's a little easier to have. You can use a old shopping bag or just a regular piece of paper. I also have some paintings. I like to paint, dabble in all kinds of different types of mediums. This one's acrylic. The reflection on the pond there with the trees is acrylic. And then this one here with the turquoise lake, that one was watercolor pen brushes. So either one, and then you can make it into a card if that's in your budget. Here was a whimsical painting that I made and took pictures of. So I have a few of these to put as a digital, a photograph on top of a note card to send out for fun. And here's some more little paintings that you can use the hole punch and ribbon and make little bookmarks to put in the cards and letters that you send out, just on a little piece of watercolor paper. So it's a little bit thicker than just plain paper. There's a whimsical bunny and a gingerbread cutout on my note tag there. That's all fun, and people like to receive it. I think, there's another rose from an old painting. I think that was one of the first roses that I liked after I painted it. So I took a picture of it and then made a card set out of it and sold those many years ago. And that was a quick picture of a Christmas setting that I had painted for Christmas cards one year. There you go. The Christmas tree in the barn out in the snow. All different ways to create cards. Hallmark cards, they're expensive these days. So if you can even sketch or use the paints or photographs, if you have extra photographs laying around the house, all of those you can create a card to bless someone with. It's such a blessing to open up the mailbox and get something, good news from a friend across the country. And all of it, if it's too expensive, make it too much like a junk journal, you can make that as a gift for someone at church and bring it, or someone in the family nearby, or a neighbor. Here I have some supplies to create a junk journal. One of those that I bought, like the little brown paper backed with the paper inside, or even here's just a butter cardboard cutout from a butter package from Kirkland, or a cereal box. I save those and I leave the edging on there so that you have some binding. On the butter one, if you fold it in half and leave that little flap, then you can fold it over and have that to close your booklet, or use it ribbon later to close it and open it. All of these things, like things that you get in the mail, the cards that come in the mail, they're a little bit heavier cardstock, so they're nice you can always put fabric over it or paint over it. Some of these even come with a flap, like this one, so you can use it as the outside and decorate it. Tissue paper and glue. Let the kids have at it and be fun. Let them send out thank you cards. And then these things are like the flaps or things that you can create, flaps like on the edge of a Bible. If you put it in there and cut them and glue them over a piece of paper on the edge, you'll have a little mark to mark the page. And you can make that out of that clear cereal wrapper as well that came in that cereal box. I save those and clean them out and cut those into strips and use those also for just clear little pockets to glue on pages on the inside. like inside there where we had the paper pocket. Are you coming up with any ideas with things that you have? I hope so. Hope this is creating some interest in you, and have your family join you while you spend some time being creative. It's always fun to do it together. The grandchildren and I like to do it, especially those granddaughters. Here again, another picture of all of the supplies. I didn't give you an example of that coloring page, but it had some bookmarks in it. So that you can look through your coloring books and find something that you like. Thanks for stopping by for Frugal Friday with Moni. Moments with Moni, the number 1 at gmail.com.